A horrific event occurred in the life of Jolene Macintyre, the founder of Bad Chad Customs, which led to her heartbreaking tragedy. She said, "I'm strong and mighty, but you know, that one tired me out a bit. You got your work boots on? I got the same ones you got on. There you are." In late 2024, just as her career was taking off and everything appeared to be going smoothly, her mother passed away unexpectedly. She had never suffered a greater loss. In addition to making it impossible for her to sleep, the shock threatened to destroy the kingdom Jolene had created. There was a lot of tension, conflict, and melancholy. But even at the darkest moments, Jolene had to choose between giving up and continuing to fight. Her tale demonstrates the horrible wickedness that lurks beneath the flawless exterior. That's all. Okay, you can make it neutral now if you want. Then the gas is where everything else is. Then, sure, let her try the push button. Given the global fame of Bad Chad Customs, what more could Jolene do than say, "I want to get this pattern right here like this. So, I have to have this straight on the back like that." She was also responsible for ensuring the equipment operated properly. Even though she was growing weary of all the work she had to perform, every bike task was a close race. It's not simply work-related stress. Her companion and fiancé, Chad, has made it difficult to distinguish between her personal and professional lives. They frequently quarrel over plans, finances, and team management. "I'm not just a partner," Jolene was once quoted as saying. "I can be the most obnoxious person in the room because I'm the one who keeps things moving." Family-related stress is added to it. Chad has 2 children with another woman following a breakup. Jolene, a lady who aspires to stability, frequently struggles to strike a balance between her job and her role in the extended family. Due to her hectic shooting schedule, late dinners, and constant meetings, she doesn't have much time for true rest. Jolene's first ride. Make sure that door is locked before we see. Hey guys, welcome back. I had this crazy idea that I wanted to paint. Happy birthday, Rooster. I'm glad you're living your dream and getting to spend a couple of weeks with us. At the height of the TV production, there was a lot of stress. Jolene's schedule was nearly doubled as a result of the shift to digital content. Jolene had to be on camera, manage the advertising budget, and do video editing in addition to making sure the automobile arrived at its destination on time. She found herself in an endless circle. For weeks at a time, Jolene has not appeared on television or in motion pictures. Someone close to her says it's time for her to reconsider. Jolene was actually about to depart from Bad Chad Customs. She intended to delegate much of the work and reduce her own contribution. She considered leaving the project entirely, but ultimately decided to go with it. The fissures behind the scenes were a clue that one more event could destabilize everything, but Jolene's decision demonstrated her strength and selflessness, she says. "I knew I had to keep going. If I left, everything we had built would fall apart right in front of me." Even Jolene couldn't comprehend the void created by an incident that happened in her personal life and wasn't related to her job. Jolene loses a loved one in a tragic way after dealing with a lot of stress at work. The catastrophic event of 2024. Late in 2024, Jolene Macintyre experienced the most difficult period of her life. Her mother, whom she had always considered a spiritual pillar, was abruptly informed that she had fatal cancer. Jolene would be forced to depart in a few weeks because the illness progressed so rapidly. On November 28th, her mother passed away, leaving an unfillable void. Jolene spent valuable time with her mother and continued to work at Hiltz Auto Company in her final days. Life was so difficult that she was forced to live in 2 different worlds. One as a resolute supervisor who maintained order, and the other as a daughter who lost it as she witnessed her mother's decline. Jolene stated in a shared section, "That moment was the hardest thing I've ever been through. I felt depressed and as though everything was crumbling beneath my hands." Other aspects of her life were altered. Jolene was accustomed to having a busy schedule, but she found it extremely difficult to maintain her work speed because of her negative attitude. Plans to collaborate had to be modified, and numerous initiatives were put on hold. Chad and the rest of her squad could tell the difference. What really affected Jolene's fans and followers was the manner she shared her story. She spoke about how much her mother meant to her and announced her death to everyone. Jolene expressed her love and gratitude for her late mother in a post that read, "My mother was the most devoted woman, and I know she is still watching over me, even when she is no longer physically present." Jolene's mental agony caused her to be conflicted between her duties and her feelings. She had to choose between continuing to work to safeguard everything they had created together or taking a break to care for herself. She decided not to give up. She was revered by many for not allowing a personal tragedy to derail the career she had spent years establishing. Jolene finds strength in her profession, which is an intriguing reality. Instead of fleeing, she leaps into new endeavors because she believes they will help her uphold her beliefs and the morals her mother instilled in her. During a recent video, she discussed this. "I think about my mom every day. That keeps me going." Jolene still wanted to maintain and expand the brand, but it's incredible how the loss in 2024 made her stronger. The tragedy also changed Jolene's outlook on life. Before her mother's death, she had spent most of her time working. But after her mother's death, she focused more on family and the little things. Traveling with Chad and team gatherings with family became new priorities. If she had previously been worn down by the stress of her profession, the pain had given her new strength and resilience. According to those who knew Jolene, the tragedy she experienced permanently altered her. She is no longer the same person she once was. Rather, she is more determined and stronger. The pain was genuine. The loss was irrefutable. Jolene shone her strength to persevere despite the agony, nevertheless. Her mother had always wished for her to lead a robust and meaningful life. When Jolene lost her spiritual support, she returned to the foundations that shaped who she was. Her journey from Nova Scotia to the custom automobile industry, her origins in the industry, and her rise to fame at Bad Chad Customs. Jolene Macintyre was obviously very intelligent and well-trained. She was raised in a hard-working, family-oriented household in Centreville, Nova Scotia, where she was born. Jolene demonstrated her tenacity via athletics at an early age. She was a standout soccer player in college. She worked effectively under pressure thanks to her attention and dedication, which subsequently greatly aided her in her career. Jolene continued to enjoy sports and put a lot of effort into her studies. She majored in finance while earning her bachelor's degree in business from St. Mary's University. She felt prepared to take on managerial responsibilities and make critical financial decisions for upcoming projects because of her extensive knowledge of this topic. She concurrently pursued gymnastics, which equipped her with practical abilities to ensure the garage was a secure and effective workspace. Jolene found employment at a local bar as soon as she graduated from college. It was a permanent position. That was the turning point in her life. Jolene initially met Chad Hiltz at a car show near her place of employment. This meeting was the beginning of an entirely new journey. She immediately joined Chad in establishing Green Goblin Customs, the precursor to Hiltz Auto Company, because she had always had a fascination with automobiles. Both Jolene and Chad's personal and professional life soon came together. A year after they first met, they became engaged, laying the groundwork for a romantic and professional relationship. Jolene organized, oversaw finances, monitored schedules, and ensured that all tasks were completed to the required levels in the garage. Outside of work, she increased the brand's visibility and popularity. When Chad assembled a replica Bugatti from scrap metal, it was one of the most significant occasions. Jolene posted the footage she had taken to social media. The team was also requested to appear on the Discovery Channel when the video received millions of views in a short period of time. Jolene has undoubtedly transformed a modest garage into a global brand because to her understanding of the media and her ability to spot opportunities. Since Sarah and Chad founded Green Goblin Customs, her life has taken a radical turn. Jolene transitioned from a recent college graduate to co-founder and CEO of a company in a highly competitive industry. She has repeatedly demonstrated her ability to manage the company, making the Canning, Nova Scotia, store a well-liked tourist destination. Few individuals her age could have achieved what Jolene did. She was intelligent, energetic, and skilled at leading others. Jolene's ability to balance things is something that many people observe. Despite being a corporate leader, she doesn't hesitate to participate and assist with the car's construction. This demonstrates that she is an actual member of the building crew and not just a boss behind a desk. Her position as a crucial component of the system as a whole has been cemented by these activities, which have also helped her team value her. Jolene has carved out a solid path for herself, encompassing her interests, education, and family background. This paved the way for her to become well-known on Bad Chad Customs, which has brought her not just notoriety but also the difficult issues she has faced over the years. Jolene had a solid reputation before entering the limelight with Bad Chad Customs, where her name is associated with significant victories, notoriety, and difficulties. Jolene Macintyre's celebrity peaked when Bad Chad Customs debuted on Discovery. From a yard in Nova Scotia, they established a brand that became well-known and adored worldwide. They received a lot of attention for their distinctive cars and their method. It immediately became a major public event. But below it all, Jolene faced numerous challenges on a daily basis. At Bad Chad Customs, Jolene does more than just appear in the videos. She ensures that the project remains on course. Jolene is always present when it matters most, ensuring that the budget is kept under control, that progress is made, and that any issues are resolved. Many projects would be difficult to complete on schedule without her, according to many who have worked with her. The reason Bad Chad Customs became popular was because of a video that Jolene had previously uploaded. Jolene introduced her talent to a process that was renowned for Chad Hiltz's spontaneous manner when she received her big break on television. In this sense, the show was entertaining to watch in addition to demonstrating how to combine creativity with reality. Being on television was glamorous, but it was also very stressful. Jolene's job was getting more demanding, she had to shoot constantly, and the production crew had high expectations, so she had to work at a pace never seen before. During this time, she frequently had to put in long hours in the studio and behind the scenes to resolve issues that arose. To keep everything going as planned, she had to make difficult decisions on multiple occasions. Jolene and Chad rearranged their plans after the third season of the show was cancelled due to the COVID-19 virus. They swiftly shifted their attention to online platforms, thus they didn't remain for very long. She took over Facebook and YouTube, making them their primary revenue streams rather than television. This was a crucial decision that allowed them to maintain and even expand their business. As a result, the station receives tens of millions of views each month, generating substantial revenue from advertisements and sponsorships. Jolene transformed the garage into a profitable internet business. These days, every car is a work of literature that people want to read, in addition to being a product. Even if TV isn't the primary source of traffic, Bad Chad Customs remains popular due to her ability to effectively manage people and collaborate with the media. Jolene has been in charge of both online and new business initiatives. She and Chad invested their money in a new store that sells other items in addition to showcasing the cars. To come up with additional revenue streams, they have also partnered with paint and accessories companies. Jolene's influence can be seen in all aspects of the company, from financial planning to marketing tactics. The fact that Jolene has maintained her work style is impressive. She continues to make crucial decisions despite being under a lot of stress from her job and her personal suffering. The fact that these things occurred demonstrates that for them, being in the public eye on television is only the beginning of a new journey. Jolene has demonstrated that she is not only the one who maintains Bad Chad Customs running smoothly but also the one who turns this project into a sustainable business by taking it from a small garage in Nova Scotia to a planned store. In order to continue on the unfinished road, Jolene must move on to a new stage where she must discover who she is and overcome her loss. Being resilient following a defeat. Jolene Macintyre had to demonstrate her strength in a way she didn't anticipate following a significant incident at the end of 2024. The most difficult time for her was when her mother passed away. Jolene didn't fall, though. She made the decision to get back up and continue on the path she had begun years before. She worked tirelessly to transform Hiltz Auto Company's operations in the first few months of 2025. Many unfinished projects were brought back to the table, along with the completion of a new showroom building that would symbolize the desire to never give up and showcase automobile initiatives. Jolene had a key role in selecting partners, organizing the finances, and monitoring the situation. One positive development during this period was the return of Colton, the son of Chad Hiltz, to team events. Things changed when Colton joined the squad, and Jolene found a lot of mental support in that. Even though the anguish would never completely go away, this relationship with her family kept her convinced that going ahead was the appropriate course of action. These days, Jolene and Chad labor in the yard and conduct business worldwide. In 2025, they travel to Australia, Finland, and Sweden for several days in order to sell the brand and establish connections with auto enthusiasts worldwide. Jolene handles a lot of the planning, schedule management, and collaboration with overseas partners. These journeys demonstrate foresight and the capacity to utilize suffering as motivation to spread positive energy. At the same time, Bad Chad Customs Facebook and YouTube accounts continue to grow. Jolene is in charge of the content and ensures that high-quality movies are uploaded on a regular basis. With over 70 million views every month, the company has not only remained stable but has expanded beyond anyone's wildest expectations. This demonstrates the tenacity of Jolene's chosen course of action. In 2025, Jolene is also working on developing product lines and commercial alliances. She closely monitors everything, from branded things to t-shirts and hats, to ensure that they complement Bad Chad Customs' aesthetic. This not only increases revenue but also fosters fan interaction. Jolene still missed her mother a lot despite all of this. Although it strengthened her, she made no effort to conceal the reality that the loss will always be with her. Jolene expressed her feelings and determination to continue the family tradition when she said, "I know my mother is still watching over me, and that gives me the strength to keep going." Additionally, Jolene's recovery from a traumatic experience has aided her in advancing in a predominantly male field. Like many outstanding executives, she has set an example for other women, demonstrating that management prowess and courage can transcend every prejudice. From expanding the brand to maintaining the image, Jolene has always acted with professionalism and firmness in all of her decisions. The years prior to 2024 were a deliberate attempt to strengthen her position inside the company. Jolene has since taken on new projects that keep Bad Chad Customs loyal to its roots and help the brand reach new heights with even stronger bases, even though the period following the tragic loss is a potent example of strength and resiliency. Every challenge she encounters serves as a catalyst for her to become more effective and present in both her personal and professional lives. She continues to uphold the bespoke automobile workmanship legacy with her unrelenting passion and new projects. The experience of Jolene Macintyre has demonstrated that underneath the halo lie losses and difficulties that are difficult to overcome. She inspired people around her and fueled her future achievements by drawing on lessons learned from the past. Despite the challenges of managing a global company and dealing with the loss of her mother, she persevered and used her suffering to gain influence. Would you like Jolene to express your admiration for her determination and strength? To spread the word about this topic, subscribe to our channel and share this video. Subscribe today to ensure you don't miss the next video. Please leave a comment below with your thoughts on the emotional and resolute journey we recently took.